Mm-hmm.
And all blackness with stars and craters all over the planet.
Let's have a closer look at the beings on this red planet.
I'm not seeing anything, but I'm getting the word Andromeda in my head.
Mm-hmm. Let's have a look around and see what we can find on this planet.
Mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and just stars as far as the eyes can see.
Are you the only one there on this planet?
I think so.
Let's have a look at your body and see what it looks like.
I think I'm blue.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 fingers and toes.
What does your head look like?
I'm seeing a blonde male.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do with your time here in this place?
And we teach each other knowledge, star knowledge, pass it on to the people.
Do you speak or is it telepathic?
Telepathic.
Do you have families?
Yes.
Let's see if we can connect with one of your family members there in this place now. Let's bring in one of your family members. Are you there now? Do you see them in front of you?
Yes.
Do they look like you?
Yes. Dirty blonde colored hair.
Do they have a name?
Not sure.
Let's ask and see what comes to mind.
Celia?
Mm-hmm. And what do they call you?
I got the word Ashtar. If
Let's
it's not
see.
Ashtar, it's something like it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if they
Ash
have a
something.
message for you.
Take on their practices,
Mm-hmm.
their knowledge, their higher knowing, the love, the softness, tender hearts, and they have no duality or no ego. They're just completely light beings.
Have they always been like this, or do they evolve over time?
They've always been like this.
Is this your original star system where you're from?
Yes.
What other questions would you like to ask your family member that you could use now here on Earth?
Am I still me in Amanda's body? Are we the same?
Let's see what they say.
Yes. Parallel universe.
Does that mean you're living in two bodies at once?
Yes.
Does she have another fractal somewhere else in another star system at this time?
Lyra
Mm-hmm.
area?
Any other information on that?
We're very connected to Egypt and to our access to the energy from the galactic solar system. How it gets here.
Does Amanda need to visit Egypt and connect more? Or does she astral travel there?
Yeah. She's been there in other lifetimes.
Mm. Should she be there in this lifetime?
She doesn't need to go there. She can access the information from where she's at.
Okay. Can we tap into that information right now?
Yes.
Okay. Let's travel to Egypt and find out what information lies there that could help her, assist her at this time.
Mm.
Is the information in the pyramids?
It's in them because it's connected to the space where they are. It's whatever they're made of still holds the energy from the things that happened and happen there. So it's accessible, but we're not able to do it in the way that we need to.
How can we fix that?
They're just so controlled. They're a tourist location. It's not for working with the grid like it was in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if people are accessing it who have special privilege, but the people are not able to access it currently.
So let's tap into that knowledge that's in those pyramids and find out what humanity needs to know at this time.
Stargates.
Mm-hmm.
Even just going to these locations and just meditating, we're more connected to the knowledge there because it's been used. It's so connected, the way that the geometrics work. A lot of the geometrics in our cities and towns are inverted, and we're not able to access these things from these places.
Will a shift take place that can help us access it more?
It may take some time.
Mm. May I speak with Amanda's subconscious today, her higher self?
Yeah.
I respect the power of the subconscious because I know the subconscious takes care of Amanda's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that has ever happened to her. So I'm asking permission to ask questions. Is it okay if I ask questions?
Yes.
What's making Amanda giggle today?
Just being happy to be connected with the aspects of herself that she loves the most.
Mm, beautiful. So what planet have Amanda and Aurora known each other on?
Andromeda, Sirius, Lyra. Been together on Arcturus.
Mm-hmm. And what are they meant to do in this lifetime together?
They've done this so many times before together. Trust one another. Know that they have each other's best intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Allow each other to be pillars and to just stand beside each other.
How many lifetimes has Amanda lived on this planet of Earth? What number comes to mind?
77, 78 now.
Is this her last life here?
It's possible. Depends on how much she decides to follow the path that she's on, and it is possible.
Okay. Why is she connecting with Ashtar specifically? Who is this being and where is he from?
Arcturus
Mm-hmm.
is what I'm getting. Um, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's Arcturian.
Are we able to connect with him now? Can he speak through Amanda?
Yes.
Okay, what questions would you like to ask him?
Where are we going?
What does he say back?
You're shifting.
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean? We are moving into other dimensions, moving up the spectrum of light. We have to connect deeper with ourselves. In order to do so, we have to remember how to see the inner and not the outer.
Mm-hmm. Is that through meditation?
It's through song, dance, meditation, through connecting to nature.
What other questions do you have for Ashtar today?
I have some questions coming in, but the answers just come immediately, so I'm not sure which to repeat.
Just repeat the answers.
We have to stop seeing ourselves through other people's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
We have to feel ourselves. We have to feel our resonance, quiet our minds, to feel it, to hear it, to know it. We have to separate from others because others' vibrations and frequencies differ from ours so much. That's why when we're around people who are so similar to us, it's easier to connect with self.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to help others, but we have to know when to do that and how much of that to do. Having boundaries is the only way to help the collective. They're so torn and damaged, they're gasping for air, and we have to have those boundaries. Know when to say no, to not feel bad, to say that you don't have something to give, to not look at yourself wrongly because you're not always strong.
Mm-hmm. Should we put our protection up before going out around others?
We need to believe in our power.
Mm-hmm.
These things are good, but whatever is in our mindset that tells us that we are not the strength and
Mm-hmm.
that we don't hold that light, that we don't come from it, we resonate higher and higher. But if we believe that, we're still missing pieces of ourselves, then we will have to put our protection up and continue those practices until we move forward in that strength.
Mm-hmm. What can Amanda do the most right now to help her vibration stay up?
Sing and not feel bad about the words and the sounds that are coming, not judge them.
Mm-hmm.
To continue to channel these melodies and these songs and to allow as many people to hear them as can and to see how they touch them and to feel the space that it's creating for their soul to remember.
Mm-hmm. Is her throat chakra open and balanced at this time? Let's have a
Like
look.
it's blocked
Mm-hmm.
often.
What's causing that?
Fear of feeling other people's emotions when she speaks. She doesn't want to feel them. She knows how her words and she knows how it makes them feel to tell them the truth. She doesn't want to feel it. She sees it in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts them.
Why does it hurt them?
They're just not ready to know. And she knows that when she keeps her truth to herself, but she feels it blocking it. She could feel it right now, speaking of it.
Is she open to having some light put in the place of that throat chakra to clear it out?
Yes.
I'm going to call on any angel that's available at this time for clearing the throat chakra. Thank you for coming in. Who is here with us now? What archangel is available?
Archangel Metatron.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Metatron. What color should we put in that space?
Blue.
Blue. Let's put that blue in there now. Clearing away any fears. It's no longer serving her. What else should we put in that space that best serves her?
Remembrance, heart, mind coherence,
Mm-hmm.
and connecting the throat.
Is there an emotion we could put in there that best suits her?
Freedom.
Mm-hmm. Let's put
No
that freedom.
fear.
Mm-hmm.
No judgment.
Mm-hmm. Does it feel like it's lightening up now?
Oh, yeah, I felt them tie them together, like connect them and tie a little bow to
Mm.
connect them to the throat.
Mm. While we're checking the chakras, let's check to see if there's any other blockages.
Sacral.
Mm-hmm. What do we have there? Let's zoom in on that space.
Some trauma.
Mm-hmm. Is it from this life or another life?
This life.
Okay. I'm going to ask Metatron to help assist with clearing out the sacral chakra. What color should we put in that space?
Bright, luminescent, orange.
Mm-hmm.
Just filling the whole body.
Okay.
Absorbing
Beautiful.
into the liver and the kidneys and
Mm-hmm. That
intestines.
flow through the body, feeling lighter and lighter in that space, that beautiful luminescent orange swirling around, clearing away any lower energy that's no longer serving her. Is there an emotion that we can put in that space that will best suit her?
Comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Strength.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Beautiful. How is the root chakra? Is Amanda grounded?
You would have to ground her for her to get grounded.
And how do we do that?
Sometimes we have to give her a headache or make her stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on self balance. She likes to be in nature, but she's so focused on learning right now that she uses her higher chakras.
Mm-hmm. Can we send some light to that space in the root right now?
Yes.
What color should we put in that space?
Mahogany.
Okay. Is there any other chakras that we should be focused on at this time?
The heart.
Mm-hmm. Zoom in on that energy and find out what's in there.
Fear.
Anything else?
Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Abandonment.
Is she ready to release these?
I get a yes and a no because there are still parts of these aspects of her heart that are helping her to create the boundaries that she needs.
Mm.
We
Can
can
she,
let go
mm-hmm.
of abandonment, or we
Okay.
can let go of the pain.
Okay. Which angel's available to help assist with this? Is Metatron still here?
Yes, and we'll let her let go of 90% of the fear.
Okay. Beautiful. What color should we put in that space?
Lime green.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what emotion can we put in that space?
Love,
Mm-hmm.
peace, bliss.
Feel that.
Washing it over,
Yes.
rubbing it into the heart space.
Mm-hmm. Can she put her own hands in that space to help as well? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Fill it up. Fill it up. That lime green swirling around, transmuting anything that she's ready to release. Does Amanda do enough self-love practices?
No.
What else can she do?
More dancing. More energy work on self.
Mm-hmm. Self-Reiki?
Writing, poetry, sleeping and dreaming, and allowing herself to be peaceful and not always have to be running.
Mm-hmm.
Let go of her fear of missing out on things and know that she's where she's meant to be.
Beautiful. Thank you for that.
Mm.
Okay, I have some more questions here that she wants answers to. How can she access her light languages?
Breathing practices,
Mm-hmm.
knowing how to get to a calm state, more meditation. And by hearing them, when she hears other light language, it gives her remembrance.
Has she done this before in past lives?
Yes.
What is her connection with the Essenes?
She lived during that time and traveled with them and was a friend to Mary and to Yeshua. She helped them.
Was Aurora in that lifetime with her?
Yes.
And was she related to her or just a friend?
I got the word sister, but as if it was a friendship, very
Mm,
deep friendship and bond.
okay. She wants to know if she's on the highest trajectory at this time.
Yes.
And can she access the Akashic records?
She's not able to yet while awake, but she will be able to with practice.
Okay. Is there anyone she should see for, teaching her how to do this?
Mary.
Mary Langford?
Mm. I just got Mary.
Okay.
Yes.
What healing modalities, energy work should she focus on to best serve the people?
QHHT,
Mm-hmm.
Reiki, and sound healing.
Why does she connect with Ariel archetype?
Because she is her. She is the angelic form.
What other information do you have on that?
That was the angel that she was when she decided to descend.
Mm. So will she go back to that in the future? How does that work?
She will move on to be another form,
Mm-hmm.
another blue ray of light. She will still hold some of the elements of Ariel, but she will have ascended to a different being.
What is the Blu-ray? What dimension is that from?
Seventh.
Is that where Aurora's from as well?
Yes. She's from or is from a few different dimensions.
How is that possible?
Because we can move. Amanda also got the 13th dimension one at the class and workshop, and Aurora is also from that dimension or has been there. It's the highest dimension of light. It's ascended masters. We travel down in order to continue our growth.
And do we come down dimensions to help assist others lift up as
Yes.
well?
Mm-hmm.
Does she have any traumas from this lifetime that she's unaware of that are creating any blocks?
Yes.
Where are they located?
The root,
Mm-hmm.
sacral, which affects her solar plexus and the energy not being able to move from the high chakras to the low.
Who can we call on to help clear this away for her today?
Raphael.
Mm-hmm. Calling in Raphael and your beautiful green energy to flow in, helping assist, clearing away the traumas so that the energy can flow through Amanda at this time. What color should we imagine coming through the crown and flowing through the body to help clear it away?
Purple.
Okay. Imagine that beautiful purple coming through, flowing down, going all the way down to your feet and clearing away. And Raphael will take it on, transmute it to where it needs to go.
My foot is cramping up on the left side right now.
Let's send that light in that space, feeling it loosening up.
It's gone.
Beautiful. Which guide should she currently be working with?
Ushora, or some kind of starts with an OSH.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how to pronounce it.
Does she need the same guides, or is she ready to graduate from her guides? Are they serving her well at this time?
They're serving her well.
Okay.
She's scared to graduate to another. She's got some resistance.
What's holding her back? What is she afraid of?
What's going to happen when she comes into her strength and the unknowing.
Mm-hmm.
She's just scared to jump. She wants to control. She doesn't know how to let go. She's trying.
Okay. She wants to know how we could help our friend that had some issues last night. I think she knows who this friend is. What can we do to help? Is there anything we can do to help him?
Surround him with love.
Mm-hmm.
Sing to him. Cut cords. Remind him of who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting Octurian for him.
Mm-hmm.
He can connect with Ashtar if he chooses. If he can slow his mind down.
Does he have any entities on him creating the energy that he's putting out at this time?
Yes, and they're stemming from the left side of his sacral chakra,
Mm-hmm.
holding a lot of pain in there.
Okay.
The hurt, I can feel it in my heart right now. It's going up to my throat. He can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to, he's not in his power and
Mm-hmm.
he's trying.
Can we send him some light now?
Yes,
What color should we send him?
blue in the center and green on the outside. A little bit of pink around the top.
Okay.
Just to blanket him, to hold him. Mother Mary is looking out for him.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. She wants to know if a narcissist can be healed.
Only with drastic action.
Mm-hmm. She wants to know why.
Usually it's not possible
Mm-hmm.
once you go so far to one side to remember to see the light, but it's always possible. It's always there to draw on. It's a choice.
Mm-hmm. She wants to know why she was so connected telepathically with her last connection, love connection.
Andromeda,
Mm-hmm.
she knew this being on Andromeda, and he was lighter then, and they were very connected. And when she came down into this lifetime, she came. They've done work together before.
Mm. How can she help him now? Is that possible?
No, just separation is the only answer.
Okay. She wants to know if we are collectively breaking out of the 3D control matrix.
Yes, some of us.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because there's so much to do and not much time to focus on healing self.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair the way it works, but we're moving towards that.
How can we help those that are still under control? Is there any way to help them?
continue to learn our skills, help to build communities, and get everyone involved in what we are doing ourselves, teach them how to grow their own communities, and continuing towards our path of being self-sustaining.
Are we in a simulation hologram at this time?
Yes and no. It's all coming from a point of reference. It's real, it's just not what we believe it is. And so the simulation is the belief systems and structures that have failed us. We are able to see through it. The stronger we get, the more that we connect to the crystal grid and to self. We're seeing through it, through the matrix. We're seeing through the veil, some of us. Seeing through the illusion, the blocks. And they would want us to think that we're crazy for the things that we're seeing and our remembrances. And the more that we continue to learn our remembrance and our knowledge, the less of an illusion it is, less of a
Why are people having teeth issues?
chemicals being sprayed on the foods, not having our nutrients go into our bodies, our fear, our imbalances.
How was the
kinds of
virus?
deficiency.
She also wants to know how the virus was released into the environment. Is it what they said? Was it released from Wuhan, China, or was that a lie?
Lab.
So how was it released?
It was created. It was released into the water, into the air.
Is it true that it's in our soul contract or not to experience it?
To not experience it?
Or to experience it, is it in our soul contract?
Yes.
So there's nothing you can do to prevent it if it's in your soul contract?
If it is not in your soul contract, you will not get the virus. If it is in your soul contract, then someone is supposed to have some awareness about how this is moving through our systems in order to regenerate the systems, to see the truth.
What is going to happen to those getting vaccinated? What does it do to their body?
It's going to disconnect them from self.
Is there anything to stop that or reverse it?
They need to be connected now to spirit. They need to have to be connected in order to know, in order to follow their intuition. If not, there's no way to stop it for their souls.
I heard in another quantum session that those who have not got vaccinated are able to heal those that have. Is this true?
Yes.
And how would they do that? Is it through energy work or another way?
Through their resonance, through their connection, their channel or beam that's connecting them, their cord.
Mm. Should they lay their hands on the person to help?
The vaccination is going to interfere with the cord that is connected to all that is. And yes, we can touch them in order to, if they're open, in order to help to get them back to an aligned and balanced resonance. It's going to take a lot. Right now is just a light version of what will come out in the future, and we can help them now with what is out, but we've got to stop this.
How can we help the Galactic Federation of Light?
Listening to the things that feed your soul and moving towards them. Getting away from the things that hurt you,
Mm-hmm.
things that are not for you, and not feeling bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Being strong enough to leave things behind, knowing that this is not all that is. And when we connect and attach too much to this world,
Mm-hmm.
we have trouble allowing things to ebb and flow and allowing things to fall from our life.
Where is our higher self located? Is it in another
13th
dimension?
dimension
Mm-hmm.
currently.
Will that change?
When we move up, our
Mm-hmm.
higher self can ascend higher.
What's going to happen to our healthcare systems in schools? Are they going to be reformed?
They're going to have to start anew, start small. It's going to be a mess for a little bit. There are people creating systems, but in order to bridge the old from the new, we would have to use the old systems, which are corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be reformed, but it will happen by us on a small scale first.
Mm-hmm. What is the best way to bridge the gap of separation?
Music, touch, thinking less, creation, and creating spaces for people to feel safe.
How can you explain God, source, creator, Or are there words to explain it?
Rainbow, all of the fractals of light and dark. It's the all, it's non-judgment, wholeness.
Mm-hmm.
It is everything from the matter in between. It's just all that there is. We're all connected, and it's a source of energy that is, there's duality to it, but it's what we look towards for guidance, because it's the aspect of us that is completely whole.
Mm-hmm. She wants to know if there will be a reset, and what will that look like?
It's already happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's been happening for a while. And it will look like attempting to take away things that connect us to ourselves and to others. It's happened before. History repeats itself. And we will be safe. We will have to be strong. And we're working towards a positive solution to the reset that could possibly occur on one timeline.
Mm-hmm.
There are many. We're actively working towards not having our it's almost like a brain reset. They're already attempting to do it with our TVs, our programming.
Mm-hmm.
The programming resets our consciousness to be at a lower, denser form. So it's happening in many facets. We just have to continue to separate, to know that these things are happening, to know that mind control is very real, and to know who to trust and what sources to follow.
Will there be a food shortage?
Yes,
Is it being caused or is it happening naturally?
it's it's being caused by the events in the world, by the control systems, which are not allowing things to move freely because they don't want the people to move freely.
Mm-hmm.
So the workers will not move freely because their freedoms are being taken away, and they cannot allow themselves to be controlled by the systems. However, this is going to cause issues. We are not, we're getting things from so many different places that we have to gain the knowledge of how to use the trees and the plants and how to harvest these things in our own countries, because transportation and all of the ways that we get food is it's changing. We've got to learn how to sustain self through things like even dandelions and
Mm-hmm.
how to use the healing properties of all of these things that we look at as weeds, and the nutrients, and also how to connect with each other in order to know how to best serve each other.
Where should we take the Collective Consciousness Center? What should we focus on to help humanity?
It will be taken all over. We should focus on trusting each other, not having any greed or envy in our collective or judgment, which is hard. Humans are still learning to release these things. In order to move away from these things, we have to think less and feel more. Notice how you feel when you're around someone. And when you feel those things, ask if it is yourself, if it's from a trauma, or if it is the person. Start to ask yourself these questions and see what the first answer that you get is. Start to feel your reaction to yes or no questions. And start to ask to connect more with your higher self. Start to pray more. To get the answers, ask for the guidance from your angels. And when you do get the answers, trust them.
Will the controllers that the dark beings that are controlling the humans right now, will they be held accountable at some point?
No. Some of them many will get away with the things that they're doing, but on a higher level, they will be held accountable, but not here.
Okay. Do we know what percentage of people are on the earth are awake at this time?
75% have the access to be awake. Right now, 25% of people are awakened. That's why it's so important to hold your light and to focus on self right now. Even if you are only focusing on self in a loving, compassionate way, knowing that you are growing yourself, not in a narcissistic, egoic way, but in a way that focusing on self is for the whole. When you have that intention, then it will spread the work that you're doing from your zone, from your system, is manifesting outward in ways that are just so powerful right now.
Is there any questions that we did not go over that she needs to hear at this time?
My grandpa wants to tell me keep doing what I'm doing, and he's proud of me, and I'm on the right track, and Do not feel bad for the place I was at when he died.
Mm-hmm.
That he never would judge me for my path, and he knows the purpose. And
Beautiful.
for the collective,
Mm-hmm.
slow down. You don't need to be at 5 different places, and in one time your mind is never where you are, it's always elsewhere. Try to focus on objects, clouds, things around you, feelings, sounds, emotions, and gratitude
Mm-hmm.
towards what you do have. Don't focus on what you don't have. If you don't have it, there's a lesson and something that you need to learn and grow within yourself. You don't need to have all the tools. You are the tool. You are the messenger.
Mm-hmm.
You are the strength that you wish to see. You see strength in others, but if you see it in them, you hold it within yourself. You just haven't found it yet. And keep calling out to that strength. Words have power, and know your power and know that it is in your heart. And connect your mind and your heart. Connect all of your systems. Allow the people who are having this remembrance to work with you in
Mm-hmm.
whatever way. People who you feel you can trust. Allow people to put their hands on you. Know that when they are teaching you, they don't always have an ulterior motive. Just feel into who you can trust and who you can't. I know it's hard. People can be deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
But there are lessons behind those people that you must learn to grow. Just keep moving forward. Even a baby step is still a step, and don't judge yourself for where you're at, because sometimes there are people who you still need to reach, and it's all a part of the path. This isn't a race,
Mm-hmm.
it's a journey.
Are we still talking to Amanda's higher self or something else?
Ashtar,
Okay. Thank you for coming in, Ashtar. Appreciate it.
blessings.
I'm going to ask that all the beings that we were speaking with to go and recede to the time and place where they belong. Thank you for coming in and with the messages. And now I want all the consciousness and personality of Amanda to once again return and fully integrate back into the body completely. Now all of the consciousness and personality of Amanda is once again fully integrated back into the body, replacing all the other parts we were speaking to. And now I want Amanda to move up through time and space. You're lying here in your bed and you just had a very interesting experience. And on the count of 10, you'll be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. Now follow me up as we go, and on the count of 10, you'll be feeling great. And every time you do a session like this, you'll be feeling wonderful. 1, 2, you're beginning to breathe a little faster. Your blood is beginning to circulate a little faster because you're beginning to wake up now. 3, 4, you are becoming aware of the physical body, very much aware of the body. You can move your arms and legs around to get the muscles working and the blood circulating. You're getting everything moving again because you're very much aware of the physical body. You are focused on it now because you're beginning to wake up now. 5, 6, you're becoming aware of the sounds in the room and the sounds outside of the room. You're very much aware of your physical surroundings. You are oriented back here in this time, in this place, and you're beginning to wake up now. 7, 8, you're coming up very nicely now, very nicely. 9, 10, wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. How are you feeling?
Good.
Still recording. So, would you suggest to others to get a quantum hypnosis session?
What is it?
Would you suggest to others to get a session like this?
Definitely. I think the questions come very easily, even sometimes when you can't visualize them,
Mm-hmm.
you can get different answers within your mind. Um, and sometimes I would have to re-ask myself the question
Mm-hmm.
after you ask the question, and um, and yeah, after having my first session with you, I was able to access my higher self more easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized that when I had this session, while I was writing out some of the questions, I
Mm,
actually was already getting the answers.
nice.
So that first session, being able to connect with my higher self,
Mm-hmm.
this time it was almost like I wasn't sure. I feel that I'm so connected to my higher self that I wasn't sure if it was Amanda or my higher self answering the questions.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely recommend it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much and for the messages that came through. I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube since you agreed to that. And I think a lot of people will learn a lot from this session.
Yeah, hopefully. Mm.
Thank you so much, Ashtar and Amanda.
Love
Blessings.
you.
Love you. Call you later. Bye.